Good morning, everyone. Welcome. My name is Menachem, creditor. It's my honor to serve as scholar in residence and rabbi for UJA Federation of New York. We bring you Torah and music, blessing, and community every weekday. We've been doing so since March 18th, 2020. Today it is March 19th, 2025. 5 years and one day. Friends, of Torah every single day, of saying good morning to each other, of finding each other across the world. Rebecca, it's good to see you. Adele, Boker Tov, Neil, good to see you. Hi, Toby. Welcome, Susie. I hope everyone is doing well. It's been a pleasure, an honor, a privilege to come together every single weekday morning for so long, friends, to see you here. Leslie and Janetta, good morning to you too. Thank you, Penny. It is broadcast 1264. It is also day 530 since October 7th. Let's see who's here so we can start together today, friends. Learn some Torah, lift each other up, smile a little bit, build some meaning into our lives and into the world. Michelle and Janice, Boker Tov, Amy and Linda, Joyce, good to see you, Jacqueline and Chalet, Sunday, Dale, Jonathan, Judy, good to see you. Blair and Robin, Natalie and Carl, good morning. Diane, sending love to Japan, to where you are. Stacy and Rebecca, you're welcome. Thank you for the Ashikoch. All right, Julianne, it's good to see you too. Let's take a breath, see how close to tuned this guitar is. Let's sing a bracha for learning. Here we go, everyone. It's close. All right, friends, 5 years and one day of morning Torah. Let's start our sixth year together with intention, with love sent to us from Jerusalem by Arlene Hineni, with you, my sister, my friend. Shari and Deborah sending wishes for healing. This is part of what we are as a community. I wouldn't never want to omit it. We talk about things that are big in the world and they are big in our lives. And so how we are doing matters so much. I'm so glad that we continue, and I encourage you to share how you are so we can wish you well. We can wish you a refuah shlema when there's something in your life going on. Please, let's make this a community. Arlene is watching a protest for the hostages in Jerusalem. She is saying, in the heart of our people, bring them home now. I encourage you the entire time we learn today to send your energy, your heart to Arlene, who can be a fulcrum of our prayerful energy on what Kim is now calling Worship Wednesday. That's a good one. I like that. And makes me very, very proud that as we have traveled around the world, friends, especially as we travel home to our heart, to Jerusalem, we carry all of our prayers, all of our intentions. Chana has made Aliyah since we began the broadcast. And so what a powerful thing it is to share all of these moments. To those of you who are sharing that you've watched the video of my interview with my father. Thank you for all of that love. Neshama, hi, my love. Thanks for being right here with me. I like being right here with you. Okay, let's learn some Torah. It's Parshat Vayakhel, and as we have shared a number of times, because the end of the book of Exodus, where we are, has a double parsha of Truma and Tetzaveh. That was 3 and 2 weeks ago. Actually, 4 and 3 weeks ago now. And it itemizes the rules for creating the Mishkan, creating the tabernacle, and the furniture and the clothing for the priests. Then we have Ki Tisa, the story of the golden calf, and then again we have Vayakhel Pekude, the rules for constructing the Mishkan, the furniture and the clothing for the priests. And in both cases, we have it juxtaposed with the rules for Shabbat, both in the first 2 Torah portions, and then in these 2 Torah portions, we have the rules for Shabbat. But there's a really important difference, not in the content, but in the placement. This is pointed out, I heard it this morning in a beautiful Dvar Torah by Rabbi Tali Adler, who is part of the Hadar learning community. I was just reviewing a beautiful collection of comments by Rabbi Jonathan Sachs of blessed memory. This one won the National Jewish Book Award. In Covenant and Conversation. You can find him online at the Jonathan Sachs website. You can also find much of his writing now on Sefaria.org. But also there are books, and those are special. And as you can see, I like them. This is one of the differences that both Rabbi Adler and Rabbi Sachs share. In the first go-through, in the Truma Tetzaveh double parsha, about how to build the tabernacle, how to build the Mishkan, Shabbat comes last. It's very interesting. In this telling, in the Vayakhel Pekude, where we are in the Torah, we begin with Shabbat. And there are debates throughout traditional texts and in communities, and even as we think about it, why that would be the case. So there's an interesting debate in the Talmud itself around the year 600 CE. It's from the book of Shabbat. That fits. Rav Huna says, if one is traveling on a road or in the wilderness and does not know when it is Shabbat, because you lose track of time, one must count 6 days from the day they realize they've forgotten and then observe one. So the 7th day, based on when you remember, that would be Shabbat if you're lost and you don't have a calendar, and it's not a time of technology where you could just ask your phone what day it is. But Rav Chia Barav says he must observe one. So observe Shabbat and then count 6 days. So what's the difference between them? Why would you start with Shabbat or end with Shabbat? Which is actually the difference in our Torah portion compared to the first go-round in Truma and Tetzaveh. This is what the Talmud says. One holds that it is like the world's creation. The other holds that it is like Adam, meaning the human experience. And what does that mean? Think about the story of creation itself. In the story of creation, it begins with the world and its creation for 6 days, and then we have the creation of a human being. So from God's perspective, as we have it in the Torah, there are 6 days and then Shabbat. But from the human perspective, we were created on the 6th day. We felt that the first day of existence, of our existence anyway, was Shabbat. It begins with Shabbat. This absolutely connects, as Shalei is pointing out, connecting to the hostages who kept Shabbat during their captivity. Freed hostages have come back to tell us of the kinds of observances that they kept in darkness. What a powerful reminder that inspiration can be found anywhere, and that there are heroes among us, calling upon us to make sure that we don't leave those in darkness where they are. It's not the content of what I'm sharing, but it cannot be disconnected. We cannot lose ourselves. Now, The other way to think about this is the gift of trying to see things, trying through God's perspective, which none of us have access to. But it doesn't stop us from imagining and trying to think in this way. Kabbalists and mystics throughout time have thought about such things. What would it be like if we started, once we felt lost, with Shabbos, and then we had the rest of the week? It would mean, Rabbi Sachs points this out, and we sing this in Lechadodi, Sof Ma'aseh B'Machshava Tchila. It tells us what we are working toward. When you begin with a gift like Shabbat, and the ultimate, at least in our understanding, is that Shabbat is a taste of the world to come, the way things could be. If you start with Shabbat, you know where you're headed. The other approach is from God's perspective, which is all of this creative effort is toward Olam Haba, a world that is to come. I don't know that one is right and one is wrong. That's actually not the point. But when it comes to the placement of Shabbat in our narrative, we might say that given that the episode of the golden calf separates the two times that we received these rules about the tabernacle and about Shabbat, it is powerful that in the first instance, Shabbat comes last. Maybe in the first go-round, in the intention that God offers in the creation, in the instructions of the creation for the tabernacle, maybe God said, start with the work and then you get Shabbos, just like I did. But from the human perspective, especially given how very human we become at the golden calf episode, where we felt lost, maybe what we need to do in order to hold our bearings in a complicated, confusing world, where navigation is anything but easy, is to start with Shabbos. No matter where we are once you are lost, start with Shabbos. Remind yourself that there is a world that is better. In Jewish terms, that's this world because of what we do in it. It's not some removed notion of a better place. No, this is supposed to be a better place. This is supposed to be Olam Haba. And sometimes, because of how human we are and how very vulnerable and fallible our world is, we need to be reminded of what our goals are. Our goals include a better world here for all. And that's what we will work toward. So even though, by the way, my wife loves this, we have a debate. Isn't Shabbos the spirit that carries us all the time? And my response usually is, no, it's one day a week. But the truth is, it's Wednesday. Good Shabbos, friends. Hold on to that. That's the world we're trying to build. We are really, really trying to build that, aren't we? A better world for all. We've learned, I think, through our own failures, that if we don't keep that message so tight, so close, so immediate, we run the risk of losing ourselves. Shabbos is a gift. Through Shabbos, we don't lose ourselves, even on Wednesday. So, friends, hold on to this with me. Hold on to yourself. And perhaps you, like I, are receiving a gift of beautiful weather in this moment. Daylight. Good for a walk. Don't miss that walk. Give yourself the gift of a created world, and then rededicate yourself to helping it get where it was supposed to be in the first place. Let's make sure that we hold on to all of our beloveds, especially 59. Today is day 530 of their absence for us. But that's our side of things. Send your heart to where they are. Give them the gift of your intention right now. Sing with me. Kol hod balevav pnima nefesh Yehudi homiya unefate mizrach Kadima, Ayin Letzion, Sophia, Od lo avda tikvateinu, Hatikva bat shnot alpayim, Liot am chofshi, Be'artzeinu, Eretz Zion v'Yerushalayim, Liot am chofshi, Be'artzeinu, Eretz Zion v'Yerushalayim. Bring them home now. Am Yisrael Chai. See you tomorrow, my friends.